I don't think I have to tell you how important creating a budget is, because honestly, finances dictate how we live our entire life. If your finances aren't in order, they can bleed over into your marriage, your mental health, your physical health even, etc. That's why in this video, I'm going to help you create a budget so you can build a strong foundation for yourself and you know exactly what you're doing with your money each and every month. The first step in creating a budget is to gather up all of your financial information. This includes your income, your expenses, debts, savings, etc. To get a clear picture on where you're at in your financial life, it's important to gather up all this information into one spot, either that be an Excel spreadsheet, QuickBooks, etc. And to give you a little bit of an insider trick on how to manage your money better, I'm going to tell you that later in this video, so be sure to stick around for that. The first step on gathering all this information is by gathering your income, so that being your primary hustle, which your 9 to 5, your side hustles, your investments, etc. Once you've identified all of your incomes, you're going to want to add them all up and come up with a total on what you receive every month. The next step on creating a budget is to gather up all of your expenses into one place, so that being all your debts, all your credit cards, your car, your house, etc. It's important to be as detailed as possible when it comes to your expenses, because this is going to help you understand how much money and what money is going out every month. I can't stress how important this is to list out your expenses, because you might think that $10 on Netflix, $10 on Hulu, $10 on Disney Plus, $10 on Paramount, whatever it is, all your streaming services, you might not think like it's a lot, but all these build up over time, and I promise you're probably not watching these subscription services every day, every week, every month. Once you list out your expenses, it's now time to categorize them. This is being your housing, your transportation, your foods, your entertainment, etc. Categorizing your expenses can help you see and understand what money you need to be cutting back on. So if you're having, 5 different subscription services, you're only watching one, well, you can cut back on 4 of them, and now you're saving $40, $50 every single month. This is kind of a teaser on the inside trick I'm going to be teaching you and just here in a little bit, so stick around. If you are planning on sticking around for that, hit that like button for me. Once you've categorized your expenses, I want you to add up these different categories. You can now see that you're spending $200 on these subscription services that you can now cut back on. This will also be able to help you see how much money that you're going to be saving just by eliminating some of these things that you thought weren't taking so much money out of you. Now that you have a clear understanding on your income and your expenses and where they're going, it's now time to actually create a budget. Let's start off by setting a savings goal for yourself. This might be a certain amount of money, or it might be a certain percentage of money. Now that you have a clear picture and understanding of where the money is coming in and how much is coming out, you can adjust your budget accordingly. So you know that you have $3,000 coming in every single month, and you have, let's say, $1,500 that you're spending in your entertainment. Well, if you have a savings goal of, let's say, $2,000, you obviously can't meet that obligation to yourself. So you're going to want to cut back on some of those wants, like the entertainment, and you're going to be able to save that amount of money. Honestly, I don't want you to be sacrificing your mental health for the sake of saving more money. So if you actually need to go out and go bowling, go play basketball, go out to the bar with some friends, go do that, but don't make it an excessive amount. Whenever I was creating my first budget, I noticed that my expenses were exceeding my income. So I obviously had to make some adjustments. I loved going out to eat about 3, 4, 5 times a week. So I had to cut back on that if I want to save some money. So I cut back to about 1 or 2 times a week. Once you've created that budget, you can now start tracking your expenses, because tracking your expenses is going to be able to help you stay on track of your budget. If you aren't able to save the amount of money that you're wanting to save by budgeting, then you're going to have to take a look at your budget and see what you can adjust. There are a ton of free apps out there that help you track your expenses, like QuickBooks, that all you need to do is add your bank account information, and it's going to pull out every single transaction that you make, all the money that's coming in, etc. And you're going to be able to see and track all your expenses. If you don't want to use a free app, if you don't feel like you want to be connecting a bank account to an app, then just stick with the paper and pen style or go onto an Excel spreadsheet. It's important to review your budget and make adjustments accordingly based off of your financial situation. So for example, you get a raise at work, and let's say you're now making an additional $500 every single month. Well, now your budget should reflect your new income. So you might be putting that $500 into a savings account. So that's actually what I suggest is don't increase your lifestyle based off of the amount of money that you're getting a raise on. So if you're getting an increase of $500 every single month, that means don't increase your lifestyle by $500. This is called lifestyle creep. This happened to me. It's absolutely a nightmare. I was making, I say, about $1,500 extra more a month than what I was when I was working for a news station before I joined the military. And what did I do? I went out there, I got a nice apartment because when I was working for the news station, I was living in the ghetto. So obviously I want to live in a nicer apartment, which that's not a bad thing to want, but I let my lifestyle creep up to my income, and that's how I got into financial hardship and I started to go into debt rather than becoming financially free. Before I give you that tip on managing your money, it's obviously very important to stick with your budget, but this is a lot easier said than done because you might want to put more into your want column. That's something that I'll get to in just a second, but you might want to stick more money into your want column than your income justifies, and this might come back to kick you in the butt. This might be challenging, but some ways to help you stay on track are setting up some reminders on your phone, like say weekly or daily, that hey, how much money did you spend up on food? How much did you spend up on, Netflix, etc. And then you might also want to suggest getting to a accountability partner. This might be a person or it might just be an AI you found on their website. Just remember, before I get into this trick on how to manage your money better, that you need to be sticking with your budget, and it's just the first step of your financial freedom. Now you need to be going over your finances every single month, every single 6 months, quarter, year, etc. It's also important to continue learning about personal finance and making smart personal finance decisions. All right, now let's get into some, good stuff on managing your money. Now, if you're excited, hit that subscribe button, click the bell icon to get notified when I upload a new video just like this one, helping you achieve your financial freedom through real estate investing and personal finance. What I want to share with you about managing money is the 50-30-20 rule. Now, this little trick is 50, 30, 20, 50% of your income is going to go towards your needs. So your housing, transportation, food, etc. 30%, the 30 is going to go towards your wants. So you're going out to your bars, your subscription services, etc. And the 20 is going to go to your savings account, and that can be divided into an emergency fund, that can be divided into an investment fund, or however you see fit. Now, do you remember what we were doing before? You were categorizing your expenses. This exactly is what this was for. The categorizing your expenses is going to help you with the 50-30-20 rule, because you might see that you're spending less than 50% of your income on your needs. So you're like your housing, transportation, food, etc. So let's say you're only spending 30% of your income on this stuff. Well, now you can spend that extra 20%, 50% of 30% is 20%, and you're going to put that into more of your investing account, or you might want to put that into more of your wants. I highly suggest you go into your savings and investment fund, but that's just me. So categorizing your expenses can also see that maybe you're exceeding the 30%, the 30 rule of your wants. So if you're seeing that you're spending, let's just say 40% of your income towards your wants, you can now think about starting to cut back on those things because you want to follow this 50-30-20 rule. This is a tried and true strategy for a lot of people wanting to achieve financial freedom. So cut back to that 30% and maybe even more. Put it into more of your investment fund, your savings fund, emergency fund, whatever you want to do with that additional 20%. In my opinion, I like to make my sandwich really, really small, really, really thin. What I mean by that is I want to make, my needs, the 50% of my income go towards my needs. I want my wants to be very, very small. And then I want my investments, savings, emergency funds, account to be massive. So you have your needs, your wants, and then your investment account. So, a sandwich, obviously. All right, I'm not going to keep you here any longer. There's going to be a video popping on your screen right now to help you achieve your financial freedom in the next 3 to 5 years. And again, if you want to, hit that subscribe button, click the bell icon to get notified when I upload a new video just like this one, helping you achieve your financial freedom. Again, if you want to know how to do that in the next 3 to 5 years, click on that video and it's popping up on your screen. Until next video, I'm out. See ya.